Larissa here, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of the model home for the floor plan that my husband and I chose in our upcoming move to Colorado. I thought you might enjoy taking the tour with me with a little bit of commentary. The tour does not include the front of the house, so I am going to show you right here. As you can see, the model home is ugly. I'm sorry they put white with this stone facade. I have chosen a much better color package. So let's get into the tour. Okay, so here we are. We just walked into the front door of this lovely model home that is the same floor plan that my husband and I chose. So as we swing around here, you can see here's the front door, all up close and in person here. So once you walk in, as you can see, it's a little unusual that the kitchen area is actually right off the front door, as opposed to usually either going into a hallway type situation or directly into the living room space. This doesn't really bother me because look at that view. Look what brings you in. You are drawn into the center of this space. You are drawn into the living room area. You are mostly drawn to this amazing wall of windows. Now, granted, we did not pick the package with the transom windows across the top, but the windows themselves are very large, and I do not feel like we will be lacking light or an amazing view to the garden that I plan on building out there for an indoor-outdoor space. So once again, let's take a look here. Here was the front door porch that you saw earlier, and this is the window that is also to the front door. I am a very happy camper that I do not have a peephole in my door. Do not need one. There is a window here. Peepholes stink. I don't like them. Over to the right, as you can see, is the kitchen area, and then we have a dining room area in the back and a living room area as set up by their staging. I will talk a little bit more about that. Now, in case you're wondering what's over to the left of the front door, this is the actual teeny tiny hallway that you have. So this door on the right is the door to our hot water heater, and the door on the left is a door to our heating and air conditioning system. We go a little further into this teeny tiny hallway. To the left, we have our powder room, which is really awesome with a beautiful window. That is going to help me because I plan on turning this one into practically a terrarium you take a pee in. I plan on putting plants in this windowsill, so you will not feel the need to pull down any shades or worry about any privacy here. And I do plan on also, let me back up here. So you got your toilet area. We're going to put some shelving across the top here. So we will turn around to the sink area and try to back up a little bit. So underneath this sink, I also plan on putting some really nice plants and maybe a little light there to give them a little bit more light. But in general, this is going to kind of be the jungle powder room. I'm looking forward to that. Now, back into this little bitty hallway again. This is the door to the two-car garage. It's actually a very good space. As you can see, what I plan on doing here in this teeny tiny space, thank God for IKEA and other ideas that I found up on the internet, this is going to be a tiny teeny mudroom space. So for guests coming in the front door, plan on right here on this wall putting in IKEA shoe drawers set. And then also there is a really cool, and I'm going to link all this below, there is a really cool coat tree that is wall mounted that I'd like to put above it that is also from IKEA. So there'll be a little coat and shoe space for my guests. And then also I already own a lovely mirror with some coat hooks that I can put on this wall here, just inside the garage door, so we can hang up our own coats. And then this, of course, if you haven't already figured out, is a door to the crawl space underneath the stairs. This gets steep pretty quickly, so you're going to have to start bending over. So it's not really usable as a room because of the teeny space, and my husband's going to be using that for storage for his modeling hobby. But because we won't be opening the store very often, I do plan on putting like a little stool here with some more shoe storage on it so that when we walk in, we can sit down comfortably, take off our shoes, hang up our coats, and keep the dirt out from the rest of the home. So we are going to head back into the great room, and we'll talk a little bit about the differences between what we see here and what I have plans for my house. This particular model home has a few upgrades that I won't be having. For instance, this is like the deluxe chef upgrade where it has a wall microwave and oven combo here. I think they call that the cafe kitchen. And then there's also another range here. Now I'm not exactly, I think with the cafe kitchen you would actually have a cooktop here, or maybe just having a cooktop is another upgrade that is not shown in this. I'm not entirely sure. I do want the gas range, but we are going to, instead of the wall ovens, I'm going to have more cabinetry and a little bit more countertop space here. And we are going to have the much maligned over the range microwave. Hey, that's what I want. I think that's the most efficient use of space. What I'd like to point out here is this awesome little window. I can't get enough of this window. Look at the bright light that comes in. During the day, you don't need under the cabinet lighting. You can just use your natural light. I can put in little plants of herbs or succulents here. I can use this as a great place to keep common spices and everything. This little window shelf unit here is just going to be used a living crap out. I'm going to be using it immensely. The cabinetry isn't going to be too far off than what I have. Obviously, we are going to have a toffee stained maple cabinetry in a shaker rustic style. And we are going to have this island with the sink in it and a dishwasher. Our island will have several differences in that we are going to have a deep stainless steel sink here rather than this white one. And we opted for one upgrade, which is going to basically nearly double the width of this island. So we are going to not just have like this teeny little strip here for eating space. It's going to be what they call the chef's table. It's going to be double this size, and we are going to be able to have complete wraparound seating and plenty of space if we want to throw a big party with a big buffet. Because we're going to have this large chef's table built into the island, and because I've never used a dining room in my life except for Thanksgiving or Christmas, we are not going to use this space over here for a dining space. As you can see, it's kind of cramped. Just imagine this is completely gone. Instead, I do want to have, and also we're not going to have these, this is a window package. I didn't want any windows in the house that I really couldn't put window treatments on. Exception is the one over the stove. So I just don't like them. I'm sure other people like them and they would pay for that package. I did not. So this wall will be solid. And I do plan on putting in a bar area over here, not a very big one, just like a hutch or something, with a couple extra chairs on either side for entertaining. But otherwise, this is going to be a nice walkway to get you, to our patio area. We did pay to have this patio laid. I mean, if they're already laying the pad for the house, they might as well give us a patio at the same time, so we don't have to do that later. This is another view from the patio door into the home. Now, I already told you what I'm going to change about this space. Let me tell you what I'm going to change about this space. As you can see, this is basically a walkway directly to the living room area, and we're going to keep it like that. I plan on putting a really nice runner here, but against this wall, I'm really going to take advantage and expand my kitchen space. So I plan on putting a credenza or a buffet or a console table, whatever you want to call it, along here. And on top of it, I plan on having some appliances that I can't otherwise, or I don't otherwise want to put it on the countertops in the main kitchen area because it would take too much space. And I'm thinking things like my Instant Pot and my griddle and an air fryer and stuff like that. And it might not be all that attractive. I'm going to figure out how to make it look nice over in here. And on above the credenza, we're going to have a couple of shelves up there, and then we're going to be able to have on those shelves some more open storage. We have, you know, good looking cast ironware that we can put up there, and my husband's prized tagine, because we like to make Moroccan food. Attractive looking cooking ware can be stored out in the open, and now I can also put pictures and plants and other decor up there upon that shelf as well. This whole walk area is basically going to be a kitchen dining combination, but with an inviting hallway-ish with a runner to take you into the lovely living room. Now, I believe that the designer here had the right idea with the layout. I probably will pretty much do the same exact layout. We will have a couch here. We probably will have a nice chair or two here in each corner to create a conversation piece, and the chairs can also be moved over to join us to watch TV if necessary. I do not believe in coffee tables. This space is small enough as it is. I hate walking around and bumping my legs on it, so this gone. Bye-bye. This is a really ugly little electric fireplace insert that was an upgrade that we did not take. I will eventually install my own ventless gas fireplace. That is our dream down the line in this same area. And of course, our TV will also be there. So at any rate, I just feel like this room meets our needs, even though it's a little unusual. Everything that we want in a great room is here. There is no unnecessary space. Everything that I'm going to put in here, decorative or otherwise, is all going to be very intentional. So let's go upstairs, shall we? We are able to have luxury vinyl plank. We're going to do sort of a warm walnut, rustic look on the floor, all downstairs. I asked if we can have that on the staircase, and they said no, the staircase only comes in carpeted, so we are going to have a carpeted staircase. We also did not opt to take the spindle stair rail all the way up, because that was an extra expense, and I just didn't see. We have one here. We went ahead and paid for this little piece because a half wall here would be very obstructive, but a half wall up the stairs isn't actually so bad because that just gives me more wall space to decorate. It just, a staircase right here that wasn't visible from the ground floor anyway just wasn't that big of a deal for us. And of course, down the line, if we ever want to upgrade, we can take down the half wall and put up a stairwell if we want to, but there'll be a half wall here instead. Going up the stairs, going up the stairs, going up the stairs. Before we continue with the rest of the house, I would love to bring your attention to these beautiful windows that are always going to provide amazing light into our stairwell area. I see no reason to put window treatments on them because there's no privacy issue because they're so high and everything, and I'm really looking forward to that. We are going to replace this pot light up here with a really nice Moroccan pendant light that we have in mind. We're also going to put a bookcase here at the top of the landings to give us an opportunity to do some decor. Lots and lots of plans. So to the right of the staircase is our laundry room, which is a fairly good size. The only option that they offer is this silly little shelf. They only charged us $125 for it, so we were like, whatever, all right, give us a shelf. But we will have 2 front loaders here, and we plan on also building a top to the front loaders, so it's a good place where you can fold your clothes on or just give us a more usable surface in the room. When we're upstairs, some of the windows are going to be different with the floor plan that we chose. For instance, rather than this tri-window thingamabob in here, we're actually going to have 2 slightly larger windows of this type next to each other in the laundry room, which I think is going to be kind of nice. We also opted not to have the sink or this cabinetry. This is going to be a perfect place for us to put our litter robot that we've always wanted for our cats. So we're going to plug in the litter robot here. We're going to build a countertop here, and then just some shelving, open shelving here for kitty litter storage and whatnot. Now, One of the things that my husband brilliantly came up with the idea was that I was like, that means if we put the kitty litter box in there, we can't ever close the laundry room door and everybody's going to look in our laundry room. And as everybody knows, laundry rooms aren't always the prettiest places in the house. So we found this cute little indoor hole that you put into indoor doors. Yeah. At any rate, I will link it down below. We found it on Amazon. It looks like a cute little cat head peeking through, and it's just high enough at the bottom of the door. Yes, we will be cutting into the door to provide a little walkway into the laundry room, whether or not the door is closed. All right, so back to our tour here. So this is what they call the flex space, just a little open space here at the top of the stairs, which again, because of our floor plan, the window's going to look a little different, actually, in my opinion, better. It's going to be similar to the laundry room where you have two windows right next to each other that open up and down like your typical windows. And we did not opt to have them build in this desk because I'm going to be organizing my own office space. Yes, this right here, this whole corner here is going to be my office space to make as I wish. And I like the idea that I will be able to work here and look out the window whenever I want. It's private from the downstairs. And I don't need to be like in a closed off area because I don't have kids or loud dogs or anything. I mean, seriously, have you ever heard of somebody who had loud meowing in the background from their cats? Not really. So this little place will be mine to decorate. This I'm calling my own. The entire upstairs will be in the same luxury vinyl plank that we are having in the downstairs because we do not believe in wall-to-wall carpet. Okay, moving on. We're going to go over here to the left. This is the guest bathroom. It is a fairly good size. It comes with the undermount sink. Ours will be circular rather than square, and it's going to have a granite countertop that's black. The Uba Tuba, I'm not very fond of that, but the reason why I took everything default in the bathrooms is this. The only choice in the bathrooms was this fiberglass tub with this fiberglass surround, only in white, or a fiberglass shower with this fiberglass surround, only in white. And honestly, that sounds to me like I'm going to be doing a bathroom renovation down the line. So I just took whatever was default and didn't pay for any upgrades in the bathroom whatsoever. What I think is kind of cool is the lighting right here that you see is the lighting that comes by default. And I think it's actually pretty cool. So there's no objections from me there. So moving on down here, let me show you something that's very ugly. See all these vents on the walls? So I understand why they have a cold air return above every bedroom door. It really does help with the air circulation, both heating and air conditioning. And this big ass vent here is obviously very necessary and obviously very ugly. And the fact that they tried to just partially cover it with this abstract print, I don't know whether to laugh or cry at the idea. But Amazon sells better looking vents that blend in better, and I will be painting them to match the wall with a nice grill that is more of a design or a lacy type to make it look more intentional, rather than this ugly bolted on stuff. So stay tuned for that in the future videos when I show you decorating my actual house when I get it. Another thing that we have, I can't. I don't understand strange nooks that builders will put in houses. What is this? What purpose does this serve? I mean, obviously they thought, well, here's an empty spot. We could like cut it out and give them either that, or like they needed to cut it out anyway because it interfered with the attic access door up here. But I am not putting some random piece of vase with dead flowers in it or something. I have thought to myself over and over again what on earth I would do with this spot, and my husband has decided we're going to turn it into an altar of Bastet, so stay tuned for that. If you don't know who Bastet is a feline god from the mythology of ancient Egypt, and it's a joke with us that we have a little Bastet statue in the house because that is the god of our cats. And we are not religious people in any way, shape, or form, and I am atheist, but the idea of building a shrine to Bastet for our cats, just as a way to fill this up, actually is kind of funny. So kudos to my husband on that one. Speaking of husband, he has chosen this bedroom because it has a larger closet to turn into what he calls his man cave. Basically, he works from home, and so he will need a home office. He also has a very big model building hobby. So big, so many models, so much paint, so many, you don't even know what our house looks like, but everywhere you look, there is modeling stuff in every corner. So this will be his little paradise of work/model building. And I can't wait to help put that together for him. We did not, again, opt for these windows up here. Can you imagine having a bedroom window that you couldn't cover the light if you needed a nap during the day or whatever? Anyway, moving on. There is the slightly smaller guest bedroom, or I should say it's probably the same size in general, but it does have the smaller closet. This is going to be an actual guest bedroom because I insisted on that. I want family to come and stay with us, and I'm looking forward to putting it together like their own little hotel experience or bed and breakfast experience. I really want to make this more than just a bed and some sheets that are going to not have boob lights. Moving on. All right, the moment everybody's been waiting for upstairs. Wait, before we get to the master bedroom, because we know that's the moment everybody's been waiting for upstairs. This is a storage closet, like a linen closet, that we're not huge linen people. I mean, we just, have a couple of sheets for each bed. This will be for my husband as well to pack his modeling stuff. So if you're keeping score, he's got the under the stairs, and he's got this closet, and he's got that entire bedroom and closet there, and that will handle about 1/3 of the modeling equipment he has. So we are desperately trying to figure out a way to put as much storage as possible in our garage. He might even use the crawl space under the house. So stay tuned for that in future videos. So here we go into our master bedroom, which, by the way, this right here, this doorway, is a no model building zone. He's already knows it ain't coming in this room, but we will find a spot anywhere else we can find it for him. So this master bedroom is a really good size. Look, guys. They got a dresser and a chair in here, and this is a king size bed. These are really big size end tables. We do have a king size bed. We will not have these 3 odd windows, and I'm not doing any focus wall, but I did pay for the upgrade to have this ceiling up here that is kind of raised a little bit. I just kind of like the look of it. It kind of gives the room a little bit more panache, or at least it will when I'm finished with it. The window is a good size. I plan on really decking it out with some drapery. As you can see, we're really hoping that this particular model house won't be behind our house, because I've already looked, and it is the only model of houses that can pretty much see straight into our backyard in our master bedroom. That is why you're mindful of your window treatments for privacy purposes. Okay, so one thing I do like, and not everybody does, is that I only have to worry about the door to the room and the door to the ensuite bathroom. There is not a third door to deal with for the closet because that is built into the ensuite. And yes, we did get farmhouse door that they call it. I wish they'd come up with a different name because mine's not going to look anything like a farmhouse. It's not going to be rustic look. It's not going to look like somebody grabbed it from a barn and threw it up here. I'm going to have a very decorated door that looks like a piece of art. But I did like it because for the most part, unless you're showering, there's really no need to close the door because there is a separate door for the water closet / little room that only has a toilet in it and nothing else. So leaving this open all the time is just fine. It's just fine. It makes it easier to go in and out and to access the main areas of the bathroom. So I mentioned before that we were given 2 choices in each bathroom. We could either have the fiberglass tub with the fiberglass surround or the fiberglass shower with the fiberglass surround. And here's the second option. We did not choose the glass doors because I hate glass doors. I hate cleaning them. I have no problem with using shower curtains. I forgot to mention this in the other bathroom. I love this little window above the shower. Gives you just enough light, yet it gives you privacy. Plus I plan on putting plants up there too. I love the idea of adding plants wherever I can in the household. It's just a mood brightener and it helps with oxygen from what I understand. So one of the huge reasons why I love this floor plan is this. You're sitting there going, oh man, that's such a small sink here and there's only one sink. Yeah, there's one sink for my husband. And then there's a separate sink for me. This is better than a long sink as far as I'm concerned because our stuff doesn't go over the border to each other and annoy each other. We each have our own spot, and I did pay for upgrade for these cabinets, which will help organize my makeup and my jewelry and stuff like that. And I just love the split sinks. I can't tell you how much I love the split sinks. I swear, between that and the open area for my desk, these were the 2 things that really made me love this floor plan. Now, another reason why we didn't need that linen closet in the flex space / office space is because we have one in this bathroom as well. I don't need 2 of them, so that's why I was more than happy to give that to my husband for more modeling organization. It's got a pretty good size, a walk-in closet, which will work for both of us. What is really cool is that our particular floor plan actually calls for a small square window in the walk-in closet, which would be kind of nice, give us a little daylight. And here finally is the water closet / toilet room where you can close the door, hit the fan, keep those smells away from your spouse. Unfortunately, I was really hoping that I would have a window that could open as well for more fresh air, but our particular floor plan calls for a square non-opening window in this room. But like I said, we'll have a very good exhaust. Plus there's actually another exhaust in the main bathroom, so you've got 2 exhausts to tackle them. So this is the tour of the interior of the house. Unfortunately, I can't give you details of the front of the house other than the photograph that I showed you at the beginning of the video, but I am able to go to the backyard, at least what the backyard looks like for this model. One of the things about having the cluster home, and here we're going outside, is that your yards are small, which is fine by us, and they actually are bordered by your neighbor's house. Now this house is, I've been told, is different in that this door here and this air conditioning unit would not normally be in my backyard. As a matter of fact, all the houses, the side of the house that meets the backyard of your neighbor is doorless. They have no access to your backyard. Might have windows that look into your backyard, so you do have to deal with that. But that is how the cluster homes move together and make efficient use of the space. So there is not a space between fences or anything like that. It goes right up against their house, which means you do have to be a little bit mindful. Fencing is included, and this is an example of the fencing, which is about 5 feet tall. So I can't remember if it's 4 feet tall or 5 feet tall, so it's not very tall, but tall enough, I suppose. There's going to be a lot of rocks. I'm looking at this ground, just all rocks is the landscaping, but that could be because they put this together in the fall, and we'll wait and see if things look a little greener, a little nicer when spring and summer come around. This is all fake turf down here for the model home, and we are not going to have grass in our backyard. But the yard is still, as far as I'm concerned, for my gardening needs, it is a good size. We'll enjoy the outdoors easily in this yard. All right, so that is the tour of the model home, and I would love to hear your ideas, your opinions, what you like about it, what you don't like, what you think I should do, what you think you heard me say that is just a horrible idea. I would just love to hear it all. I'll be answering questions and chatting with y'all in the comments. If you like this tour, we appreciate it if you go ahead and hit like. And if you want to find out what happens when our house is built and we put it together and decorate it, well then subscribe. So bye bye bye.